hard to balance a fitness or training routine around a standard 40-hour 9-to-5 job. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing this week and taking you guys along with me. This week I have 2 strength training sessions, one 1-hour session on the bike, 1 sprint session, 1 conditioning session, 1 long run, and I think that's it. So I'm taking you guys along with me, and by Friday, let's see how burnt out I feel. Let's get going to the first strength session. It's day 2 and I didn't stick to the plan. Today is my first day back at work, and this is where the true test is for balancing fitness, working out with my 40-hour 9-to-5 job in marketing. And it hasn't gone to plan. Day 2 has already had to pivot. I had a bit of a situation last week where I was actually slightly triggered. So I had to do a little bit of kind of managing the situation this morning, and I thought, you know what, rather than getting up really early, putting my nervous system under stress and it's already stressed out, let's have a lie in a little bit, go for a morning walk, get a coffee, manage the situation, and then go and do the strength session this afternoon. So I usually do a strength session first thing in the morning before work starts, and then come home and work. But yeah, I've had to pivot, I've had to change the plan, just because sometimes you have to listen to how your body is feeling and what your mind is saying. But yeah, tonight is a full body strength session. It's going to be horrendous, it's going to be busy, but I had to listen to what my brain was telling me. But yeah, I'll take you guys along with me. I'm at home working right now. I've got quite a few meetings this afternoon, so I will try and take you guys along with me and show you some of the meetings, and then I'll bring you to the gym with me tonight. Also, another way to manage working out and fitness around the 40-hour 9-to-5 job is actually being on top of your meal prep game. So having your lunches all ready for you, dinner as easy as possible, your breakfast ready for you, so you don't have to spend that time cooking and doing things when you could just be going to the gym or managing work. So what I actually do is I create like a tray bake, usually on the first day of the week. So it's just loads of vegetables. And I just put this with rice and tuna, or you can put it with chicken if you eat chicken. It actually just stops me having to think about lunch, so I can quickly make lunch and then have time to go out for a walk or have time to go to the gym. Busiest sessions I've ever had. That was literally horrendous. Moral of the story, go to the gym when it feels good for you, and it will feel better when you're working around your job. But I was literally so busy. I was asked about 5 times by different men and boys if I was done, and it's so annoying. So tomorrow morning I'm just gonna go super early. I think I've got a sprint session and I've got an hour on the bike, so I'm going to be up at 5-ish to get to the gym for 6 to do 2 hours. But yeah, moral of the story, go when the gym is a nice experience, don't go in rush hour, and you'll enjoy it a lot more and you'll be more motivated to go. I'm just walking home now, time to make dinner, and honestly get an early night before the alarm clock goes off at 5. Okay, quickly, another thing before I finally stop talking is my one hack for very early starts is making sure I get a good night's sleep, and magnesium is literally the answer for that. I sleep so well when I take magnesium before bed, So if you're going to be doing early starts, working out and fitness before starting work, get your hands on some magnesium. I'm using this right now, the Novamins magnesium gummies for rest and recovery to help nervous system and psychological function. I don't know, but I know magnesium always helps me sleep. So yes, last tip of the day, I'm finally gonna stop talking and go make some dinner. But yes, let's catch up tomorrow morning when we wake up at 5 a.m. Bye guys. Good morning guys, it's 5:48 and we're walking to the gym. This morning's wake up wasn't as bad as I thought. I just got up, made a cup of tea, got on with it, but I have a 2-hour session, an hour and a half session ahead of me, and I've got to get back for the cleaner and work. So we have a sprint session this morning as well as bike session, hour in zone 2 on the bike. And my friend Will is actually joining me as he has a refreshment workout on the bike too, so that'll be nice. Yeah, 5 a.m. starts. It's well worth it if you're balancing the job, but yeah, can be a bit tiring, so I do one of these a week. Walking to the gym and we'll catch up when I'm in there.
Look how pretty that is.
That is one of the most amazing things about 5 a.m. starts, is being able to see sunrise in the summer. Session done. That was a very, very, very sweaty session, but the gym was glorious and just so quiet. That's why I love going to the gym in the morning before work. So we did 5k intervals on the treadmill and then 30 minutes on the bike. I was meant to do an hour, but I just couldn't be asked. So I did 30 minutes. But yeah, highly recommend start your day with the gym before work, because it also gives you the brain space to think about things to work as well before everyone wakes up, because it's 7:45 and I'm walking home now, and yeah, most people are probably going up now to go into the office. Yeah, walking home, get some breakfast, have a shower, and get started working at 9 o'clock.
That's really cool.
What a horrendous commute in. Honestly, that was hell on earth. But I'm gonna just recap last night, because as you saw, I trained in the morning before I worked, and then I actually had a booking at Nina in Marylebone, and I booked it about 2 months ago for me and a girlfriend.
And oh my God, I was blown away. The food was insane. The aesthetics were insane. The portion sizes were amazing. We paid about £85 each, but I had like 3 teenies, so like mini martinis. And then we had like quite a few dishes to share and like each kind of like a pasta main. And I was generally blown away, but I have woken up feeling a little bit rough, a little bit hungover. And then I'm obviously in the office today, so it's a rest day today. I never train when I'm in the office. And I usually leave the house about 7:15. So I got on the normal train, which was fine. I went to, where did I go? To Clapham Junction, changed at Clapham Junction to get the overground to Shoreditch. And randomly at Denmark Hill, it just said overground is terminating. It's like 8:45. I was like, for fuck's sake, this is not what I need. I don't need busyness, I don't need stress. So I was like, right, I'm just gonna go and get a coffee and sit somewhere and get a coffee and just chill out for a minute, because this is not what I need. So I got a coffee in this place called Satno. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or if I'm even saying the name right, but I'll put like a little screenshot somewhere here so you can go and follow them. Really great aesthetics, really friendly vibe. They had like a backyard. The coffee was really good. I was like, this is a gem. Like, this is, how have I just landed on this? Like, this is amazing. Had a coffee there, got back on the overground, just got into the office today. I've got a massive smoothie to help with feeling a little bit rough. I'm not going to say hungover because I don't think I'm hungover. I think I'm just quite tired. But today I don't actually have a lot of meetings. I've got a lot of time to finally work rather than being in calls. So I've got one project where I need to come up with creative ideas, creative social ideas. So I'm going to sit and spend the morning doing that whilst my brain's a bit fresh. And then this afternoon I have another deck to work on, another campaign and client, to basically find like case studies for this pitch. So I'm going to work on that this afternoon. Didn't bring lunch today, didn't manage my meal prep, so I'm going to go to Marks and Spencer's and go and pick up lunch. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be one of those days where I just put my AirPods in, just crack on with work, keep my head down. Yeah, maybe we'll check in later. I'll let you know, see how the day's going. But yeah, today is obviously no training today, rest day. I don't like to put the added stress on my body after commuting, dealing with meetings, all that. And then tomorrow I'm working from home, but I've actually got to go to my flat in Surrey I've got like a surveyor coming around because I'm selling it right now. So I've got to go to the flat, let him in whilst working, and then I'm going to be back in our area to do a conditioning session at the gym. I usually do a conditioning class at our local gym, Fuel, but my boyfriend's not going, one of the girls isn't going, and I'm not very good at going to classes on my own. So I'm actually going to do the conditioning session on my own in my own gym. But yeah, I will take you guys along with me as much as possible today. Maybe I'll share with you the little trip to Marks and Spencer's at lunchtime. But for now, it's head down, AirPods in, finish my smoothie, and yeah, just get on with the day. Happy Friday, guys. We've made it to the end of the week. I've just got in from a morning walk with the girls in the area, just to get some steps in, have coffee, have a little catch up. It's been a very busy week. Yesterday turned out to be more full on than I would have hoped, and what's more full on than I would have wanted or realised. Fitness wise, obviously yesterday was a rest day. Today is meant to be a conditioning session, which I usually do in the evening, but I've come on my period, so I'm not feeling 100%. I'm also feeling quite tired, but we'll see how I get on. I tend to, if I have a session that's pretty high impact and I don't feel 100%, I'll tweak it so that it feels lighter and doesn't feel so intense in my body. But we'll see how the day goes. I've got a pretty big meeting at 11 o'clock with one client. So I'm gonna have a shower in a minute and then jump on the laptop and get cracking on the work early. See how I feel at the end of that. If I feel like, yes, I'm ready to do a high impact session, I'll do it. If not, I'm gonna tweak it or pivot it, just so I do some movement, but just so I'm not putting too much pressure on my body on the first day of my period. Then I might actually spend some time in the sauna and steam room. We haven't got any plans tonight, so I've got the evening to just chill out. But yeah, I'll take you guys along with me today, film some of the work, maybe some of the calls, and I'll let you know how I get on. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning or day, whatever time or day you're watching this. And yes, let's get started with Friday. Your session's at 8 Good morning, guys. It's 7:45 on Saturday and I'm off to go and watch George compete in a fitness competition. Yesterday didn't go to plan at all. But I'll update you guys shortly. But for now, I'm going to watch George and then I'm going to go and do a strength session in the gym on my own. But I'll update you guys on the way. That was a savage session. Anything gym sync is just like, oh, I'm glad I sat that one out today. Yeah, catch up from yesterday. Yesterday did not go to plan. I had a very stressful day. Just a lot on, a lot of calls, a lot of prep. Also trying to balance selling my flat. Surveyor turned up and I got the call whilst I was in a really big client meeting. So I missed that, so I've had to reorganise that. And I was just like, you know what, not one part of my body today wants to go to the gym. I came on my period as well, so I was like, I'm actually just going to listen to my body. And I think that's the key thing when you're balancing 9 to 5 with fitness, working out, training. You will have days where you just don't want to do it. And I'm not going to be that person that's going to be like, you know, you still have to go anyway, blah, blah, blah. If you really don't want to, you don't have to. And that's what I did. I just decided to go to the pub, have a glass of wine, sit with George, have a chat, get an early night. And I feel better today for it. It's very windy right now. I feel better today for it. So that's what happened yesterday. But today I'm on my way to the gym now after spending the morning at Fuel. And I'm going to do some strength training, tiny bit of conditioning, see how my body's holding up. Because it's day 2 of my period and I always just feel a bit weaker. I'll try and take you guys along with me. And then tomorrow is a little run, no pressure. And that's it for the week. And I'll do a bit of a recap and just like things that I've learned this week that probably could help if you're balancing fitness in 9 to 5. But yeah, nearly at the gym. And then time to get this session done and dusted. Hey guys, so I didn't really finish off the vlog properly after the workout that I did on the Saturday.
I kind of had to deal with a few anxiety issues and overthinking, and it just wasn't the right time for me to film. But I kind of wanted to do a bit of a recap of what I've learned from the week of training with 9 to 5. I think the main thing is work your workouts to you, as in don't feel like you have to do them when you've planned to do them. If work suddenly gets really intense, or you suddenly feel like you just need a breather, or even if you come on your period, or even if you're really anxious, like don't feel like your routine has to be concrete. And it's something that I'm trying to learn. I love planning. I feel like planning gives me a lot of freedom in a very backwards way. But there were moments in the week where I was like, I actually just can't go to the gym. Like, as in, I came on my period and I was like, the one thing I don't want to do right now is go to the gym. And in those moments, I do decide to listen to what I actually need and not force myself to do what I don't want to do. So yeah, I think go into a working week, like, you know, a 40-hour working week with the best intentions. Like, set up your workouts, plan your workouts. But at the end of the day, I think the beauty of managing everything when you have a 9 to 5 job is being able to manage a lot of plates and being able to turn different plates different ways when you need to. I hope this was useful for you girls who are working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, and still want to have a balance with fitness, workouts, life, all that. If you liked this weekly vlog, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to know what kind of content you'd like to see on this page. Whether you like seeing the working from office content, whether you like seeing how I work my life around a 9 to 5 job. I'd love to hear from you guys. Don't forget, if you've made it this far, to like, subscribe, comment, show me what you're interested in. And yeah, excited to come back to you guys with a new vlog very soon.